What's up, YouTube Nation? I'm Eagles Truth here with you, along with my friend James. Hey, what's up? All right. All right, we're here previewing the Arizona Cardinals game, which is actually today.
What a shock.
What a shock. We're that late making a preview video. It's actually today.
What is it, 12:23?
It's 12:23 in the morning, Sunday morning. So, what do you do?
Amen for coffee.
Right, matter of fact.
Amen for coffee.
Anyway, okay. I wasn't going to make a video because I figured, like, what the fuck? No one's going to see it by the time the game starts. It's pointless. But there was a reason why I wanted to do it. I wanted to, the things I say here, just for the chance that I'm right, which I probably will be right.
Exactly.
I want it there with proof that it was uploaded before the game, so I can, after the game, say, look, I told you so, to all the stupid Arizona Cardinals fans that are, you know, puffing out their chests a little bit, thinking they're...
Can you get the guy's name so we can shout him out instead of putting it in the comments?
Yeah, it was Cooltown or whatever, Cooltown or whatever like that.
I could find
look him up, because yeah, this dude's a
CT Cooltown.
CT Cooltown, Arizona Cardinal fan. All right, he talked
easy ass game coming up.
Yeah,
Cards versus
easy ass game, huh? Easy ass game. I'll tell you what, Cooltown. We'll see how easy this game is after, you know, I can't wait to force feed his ass crow. I really can't.
My favorite part about that was our shitty ass O-line.
Shitty ass O-line. Because we got Pro Football Focus, the rankings up right now.
We're ranked number one.
We're ranked number one. What team's ranked number last? What team's ranked last?
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals. So Eagles are 1, rated the best offensive line. And the Cardinals are 32? The last offense?
42, I think.
There's not 42 teams in the league.
I'm tired, okay?
Okay. I was like, but, so we're 1, and they're last.
But we're a shitty ass O-line.
So we're way up here in the rankings, and he's way down here, and he's saying that our shitty off. Dude, okay, if you're going to talk shit, all right, I don't care what you say, but at least bring some facts to the table, all right? You're running your mouth too damn much, and honestly, you know, it's going to be quite hilarious. You trying, because that's apparently your you know, your MO. You know, that's your character. That's your personalization is on YouTube. Is you want to run your mouth. I'm the same way. I like to run my mouth, but
ain't that the truth?
It's going to be hard to take you seriously after this game today, because I do think the Eagles are going to win. Now, I don't think the Eagles are going to blow the Arizona Cardinals out. I do respect their defense.
It'd be so much better if they did, though.
It would be awesome. You know? Nice little statement game.
Well, my problem comes in, he's comparing our current team, which is better than our last couple years' team.
Oh, no doubt.
With, what was it?
I need a cigarette because Cooltown just pisses me off with his stupidness.
He's trying to compare us to our old team. And granted, we have flaws. What team doesn't?
Look, here's the way I look at it. You got the better defense. We got the better offense, no doubt. Any Cardinals fan tries to deny that their offense is better than ours is an idiot and cannot be taken seriously. And likely, if any Eagles fan think we have the better defense, they're idiots.
Yeah.
You know, I will say this though: we are not the last 8 games. We've given up fewer points than any defense in the league, and points is what matters.
I agree.
So our defense, you look at them, especially if you rank them on yards, and you see that we're next to last in the league. You might think we're a shitty defense, but there's that stat's very misleading. It really is. We give up some yards, and there's 2 things of that. One, we're like a bend but don't break defense.
I would rather give up yards than give up points.
We're a bend but don't break defense, and number 2. We oftentimes have a big lead, which forces teams to, you know, play catch up.
Do or die.
And to play catch up and pass a lot, and while we're playing like preventish almost. And number 3, and this is the biggest reason why our defense is getting a lot of yards on them. Our offense is fast. Okay? Whether we score or whether it ends in a punt, regardless which way it ends, it's still a fast drive. It's still a fast series. Well, what happens when you do that? That means their offense gets more time and more plays to play against our defense. Therefore, more yards. Does that make sense?
It does.
I mean, if we score a touchdown, our drive took about a minute and some seconds off the clock. If we go 3 and out, or maybe even get 1 first down or something like that, it's only about a minute or 2 minutes left off the clock. It's it's bam, 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 and I don't think it affects our defense too much as far as being tired because they're conditioned to it throughout the offseason and the season. But it gives teams more. For example, we destroyed the Oakland Raiders.
Oh my God, did we?
49-20, and they got that last touchdown with like a minute left in the game. So obviously it was like garbage time touchdown. So really it was like 49-13, but the final score is 49-20. They only had 20 points. Keep in mind they got that 20 points pretty much their last drive of the game. They had 500 some yards of offense, but only 20 points, 13 points pretty much for the most of the game, but 20 points to show for it. And it wasn't like there was a shitload of turnovers or anything.
Mm-mm.
It's because they had more drives. That's what it is. So I think it's going to be how it is. I think our defense is improving, and I think it's going to be even better next year. But even next year, I think we're going to be we might not be 31st, but we might be like 27th, 25, somewhere in there as far as yards. Because I think that's always going to be how it is under Coach Kelly. Mm-hmm. As long as we do this, that gives the opposing offense more drives and more times to get yardage. So that stat's very misleading. But we are much better ever since Peyton Manning lit us up for 52 points.
We haven't let that happen again.
We have been very, 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 very good at keeping teams out of the end zone. Matter of fact, the last 12 times a team has entered the red zone, we've only given up 3 touchdowns out of them 12 times. So we've been pretty damn good. Carson Palmer does not scare me. You guys are pumping your chest out and then was it Cooltown? Cooltown, yep. Like he's cool. But all right.
Anything but.
He's saying the only way the Eagles win is if we don't let them in the stadium. Oh, we're going to let you in the stadium. We're going to let you in the stadium so we can freaking spank that big red ass of your guys. I'm serious. We're scared of the Cardinals. Yeah, you beat us the last few years when we were on a downturn. And it started in 2008. Yeah, we made the NFC Championship where you beat us and everything. But even then, the stars kind of aligned. I remember that day, week 17 of that game of this regular season in 2008. I was thinking we weren't even going to make the playoffs. We needed the Buccaneers to beat Chicago, I think, or something like that. We needed the Raiders, who were terrible that year. They're terrible most years. But we needed the Raiders to pull an upset win over. So I know it was the Raiders. We needed to beat Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay was like a playoff contending team at the time. They had a chance to make the playoffs. I think all they needed to do was win that game, and Tampa Bay made the playoffs. And Oakland was terrible that year.
Yeah,
we needed Oakland to win. We needed another team to win. And they were pretty much both upset picks, and it both happened. And we played a 4 o'clock game, so those are both 1 o'clocks. So by the time the Eagles kicked off, it was like, whoa, holy crap, the scenarios worked. This game's actually essentially a playoff game. We win this game, we make the playoffs. The Cowboys win the game, they make the playoffs. And then we spanked them 44-6. All right? And then it was just the stars aligned. Then we went in and beat Minnesota in the wild card round. We went to the divisional round, beat the Giants. And then we went to the NFC Championship game, and the the Arizona Cardinals beat us. All right, it was a close game.
Still ranks.
I think it was like a 5-point game or something like that. It was actually a pretty close game, but or maybe it was a 7-point game because I think they went for 2. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a 1-score game, and but that was when we were on our downswing. All right, and then 2009, we made the playoffs, barely, but got bounced in the first round. 2010, Vic ignited a spark in us and everything, but towards the end of the year, defense started to figure him out a little bit, and then by 2011, 2012, offensively, we couldn't do much. We're back on the upswing. This is supposed to be a rebuilding year, Arizona, all right? A rebuilding year, and we're contending for our division and a wild card spot. We're playing meaningful games in the month of December on a rebuilding year. What do you think is going to happen when we're already rebuilt? Oh my God. Chip Kelly hasn't had time to get his players and everything, and
all things considering, I think we're doing really good.
we switched from a 4-3 defense to a 3-4, which takes time. You need to get the players to do it. You need to get time. I mean, you need that big nose tackle up front to eat up 2 blockers so linebackers can get free. I mean, yeah. So it takes time. Arizona, you're sticking out your chest thinking you're going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and I don't think it's going to happen. Eagles are going to win this game. I hate to break it to you. And we'll be watching it.
We will.
And
I'll be laughing every step of the way.
Yeah. And every touchdown we make, we're just gonna look at each other and be like, try to tell them. This ain't a homer. This is not me being a homer because I'm an Eagles fan. Look, I'll be honest. If we come up to a game like the Denver Broncos game, I didn't make a video for it or anything like that. We're just kind of starting out on this channel, but I pretty much did not think we were gonna win that game. Okay, and we didn't. So there will be times where I'll say, look, I don't think we're gonna win this game. I'm not gonna pick the Eagles every single time, but if I think they're gonna win, I'm gonna pick them. Eagles are going to win this game, and for all the people, hate week, I know you like to make it fun, you like to talk a lot of shit, but you guys talk out your ass way too fucking much.
Especially Cooltown.
Yeah. He's one of them little punks. He tries to get on your skin and everything. Well, you know what, Cooltown?
You did.
I would love to have made a bet with you. Obviously, there's not enough time, because you would have to make a video for a bet, and then I would have to reply and agree to it, and it would just, it's too much time. Or not enough time. But I wish I would have made this video with you because I'd love to make a bet with you. And you might not see this video in time to even agree in the comments. I'd have made something. But, because you run your mouth way too much, man. I do think the Cardinals got a good defense. I don't think they got enough offense to keep up with this. Because the way our offense is, we're not your traditional offense. We're not gimmicky or anything. There's a lot of pro concepts in our offense, but we're a different animal than what you've been facing, and you like to be aggressive. That's what I know what the Cardinals are going to do. They're going to go in there, and the very first play for their defense, they're going to blitz and try to make a statement. First play, sack Nick Foles or create a turnover, make a statement. Get the crowd out of the game, make a statement. Well, you know what's going to happen? I'm here in Meadville, Pennsylvania, which is
little shit town.
Little shit town, not even close to Philadelphia, nowhere even near the game or anything. And I know what you guys are going to try to do. You don't think the Eagles aren't going to know you're going to be really aggressive, especially that first play, especially that first drive. You're going to try to make a statement. We're going to use that against you.
The thing to remember too is they're used to going up against Vic. They're used to hurting Vic, getting Vic out of the game. Foles isn't Vic.
We're going to use that aggressiveness against them.
Oh, I hope we do.
We are amazing. One of the best, if not the best teams that screens, whether it be a bubble screen or a screen to the halfback or screens to tight ends. As a matter of fact, the Arizona Cardinals, you allow the 4th most fantasy points to tight ends this year, and we love our tight ends. We love utilizing them. I do think you might hold Deshaun Jackson and Cooper like our outside receivers. You might hold them to relatively average or below average games, maybe.
Maybe Cooper.
But,
Jackson.
Well, they'll probably have Patrick Pearson on Jackson. And Jackson will have his catches here and there, but I don't see him going for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns or anything.
Jackson's a beast. He'll do it.
But I do think we're going to utilize our running backs and tight ends in the passing in quite a bit, and that's going to carve them up pretty good. But like I said, final score, I could care less if I'm right on it or not, as long as my prediction the Eagles winning is right. I'll say something like...
At least one possession ahead.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be I think it'll honestly be a close game.
It will.
I think it'll be 27-24, but that score will be closer. It'll look closer than what the game actually is, because I think the Cardinals will be the last team that scores. Because I think we'll be up by more than one score. And they'll score late to make it look close, because we seem to let teams score late in the games for some reason. So I think it'll be like 27-24, something like that. But we'll find out. I don't really care if I'm right on the score or not.
Be signing off here in a minute.
Yeah. So that's our prediction. Bird Gang, you guys call yourself? Please, you guys don't got enough fan support to call yourself Bird Gang. Later, guys.
Peace.